Are you looking for some fun ideas as you go into 2025? Different tools, curriculum, or resources that can help you homeschool better or even help your home to run smoother? Well, today I'm going to share with you guys my top 10 favorites from 2024. 10 purchases or items that really stood out and have made a significant difference in our home and our homeschool. So let's get started. This video is in collaboration with two of my great friends, Wendy over at Plan Prep Pray and Brigitte Beckley over at the Brigitte Beckley channel. So be sure to go check out both of those ladies' channels after watching this video. I will leave links down in the description. Speaking of Wendy, that actually brings me to my very first favorite of today's video. So my first favorite thing from 2024 is actually Wendy's planner. So I actually got the privilege to be a part of helping to ideate and help create this planner. I've gotten to physically hold it in my hands, and this planner is everything the homeschool mom has dreamed of. It has home management, homeschooling, goals, and even those reminders to memorize scripture, to pray, things of gratitude every day, all of that wrapped into one. She is actually in the process of doing a Kickstarter campaign, and guys, it would mean the world to me and to her if you would go and click on the link down below and share her Kickstarter with other people. There's only a few days left, and this is the Kickstarter that will help fund the purchase orders to be able to get this planner into production and get it into the hands of people like you in the new year. Second on my favorites list would be this church history book. So this is the church history book by Simonette Carr that we got, I think, last year, but just started reading through this year. This book is done really well and is great for all ages. It is written in a style such that it's in sections, so you can easily read one page at a time or a couple of pages. The way we do it in our family is that we read on Sunday afternoons, and we read 4 pages. So we read 1, 2, 3, and 4, and all of my kids are engaged, including my 6 and 7-year-olds. They really are enjoying learning more about church history. And then we like to pair this too with the Church History for Kids podcast that is also done by Simonette Carr. It's a really fun resource if your kids want to learn more and dive into this important history, but in a kid-friendly way. Third up on my list is Everand. So Everand used to be called Scribd. So if you hear them used interchangeably, that's what it is. But that is the way I have been able to read most of the books that I have read in 2024, which is one of the reasons it is on the favorites list. I have read some incredible books this year, like Parenting with Hope, highly recommend, by Melissa Kruger. ADHD is Awesome, which was another great book, as well as Everything Sad is Untrue. So many amazing ones. Those are just 3 of my top favorite books from this year. But having that app and being able to listen to those on audio, being able to consume more books because I can do it while I'm doing other things like cleaning or even driving has been a huge blessing. I do have things like Audible subscriptions, and I have had other streaming services like Libby or Hoopla, which can be great too. However, I will say Everand has been one that for our family has offered the most books that apply to everyone across the board. It has most of the books we need to use for school. It has a lot of the books that I want to listen to that are either Christian living ones, or how-tos. It even has brand new releases. Like I just read the book, Able to Laugh, Learning to Have Joy in Struggles. This book literally just dropped this year and was available on Everand. So I have been able to keep up with a lot of the latest releases without having to go out and purchase those. Number 4 would have to be Brave 2024. This was an online homeschool conference that I was able to attend and was very blessed by. It was 3 days long, full of a lot of encouragement, and unlike any other homeschool conference I have ever been to, because it had live interaction. It was a lot of fun. I got to be a part of that and to speak at that. And actually, I'm excited because I thought I was going to have to wait till Brave 2025 to be able to do that kind of online experience again and to be encouraged in that way. But Made to Homeschool, who puts on Brave Conference, is actually putting out a conference, a 1-day conference in February. So February 8th, we're going to be doing another live online homeschool conference called Refresh. And this one is more about how do you refresh? How do you give new ideas in your homeschool? How do you help, check your identity when we started to put too much identity into homeschooling? It's got so many sessions and so much cool information. I'm gonna leave a link down below where you guys can check it out, but it actually is on early bird sale right now for only $19 a ticket. So you can get that. You have access to the recordings through that following Monday. So if you can't make it on the 8th, you can still grab a ticket and you'll be able to access and listen to all of those recordings. But that is something I don't want you guys to miss out on because it was legit one of my favorite conferences that I went to last year, and I went to 3 or 4 different homeschool conferences. Number 5 is not directly homeschooling related, but it kind of is, and that's my Cozy Law calendar. So we got this a little over a month ago and have been loving it, and it has really helped to streamline our home management aspect, which in turn actually affects their homeschooling. So my kids have their checklists on there every single morning for what they need to do for like morning self-care stuff, but then also checklists on there for their school and their evening routines. We even have their Saturday cleaning chores on there as well. They're able to easily see it and access that information, and I can see from a glance where they are at in the day, what they've gotten done with their schoolwork, what they still have left to do, and it's been hugely, hugely helpful. It also has the ability to have extra apps on it. Anything that's available in the Google Play Store, you can place on this calendar, which means we're able to use a lot of the tools that we like to use, like YouTube, being able to use like our letter tile app from All About Reading. We can utilize different apps or resources that are out there for educational games or different tools. So lots of fun things. I did make a whole video about it, but you can check that out and link down below. But it's something that I'm so glad we got, and I know is going to be a favorite for years to come. Number 6 would probably have to be our Wisephone. So we actually had a different phone provider before for my teens, and for multiple different reasons ended up deciding that was not a good fit. If you want to talk about that sometime, drop in the comments. I can maybe make a video on that. But we came across the Wisephone that is made by Techless, and this company really resonated with me because their mission is all about helping kids and to train them, and not just kids but adults too. So this phone literally grows with them. It's not all about the phone service. Most of the phone service providers out there that have safe smartphones for kids are focused more on getting you a phone in your hand and then getting you to sign up for these contracts and whatever. With this one, you actually can use, most people can use their own regular provider, and we actually found a provider that's even cheaper than the one we currently use, and we use that for my kids since they don't need as much as we do. It offers the safety that a lot of the other phones offer, but it offers more because the idea is to teach healthy living habits. And we just have really loved it. We've had the Wisephone for over a year now, but we just got their newest Wisephone 2, which has a bunch of cool new features like the ability to download things like Audible on. You can have PayPal on there. As an adult, if you need your flights for Delta or for Southwest Airlines or whatever, you can download those on your phone. But it still doesn't have the access to scroll the internet. There's no social media available on there. They have a strict criteria that they make every single app go through to meet before they'll even allow it to be in their kind of app store. It must be something useful, and it can't be something that's designed to keep you on the phone, just rather something that's a quick tool. I can talk more about this for hours, but I really have loved this one for our kids. We have one, and it is for my teens in general, but it is a family phone. So it stays in my room, but it is something that they take out with them when they go babysitting and they do jobs, and now they're driving and things like that. It even has the ability to have the Life 360 app on it, which is really cool if that's something your family enjoys using. I should also state, I think they're having a sale right now this weekend on it. So I will leave links down below, as well as a special coupon code that you can use to get a discount on it if it's something you're looking at. For our next favorite, The Art of Argument Logic Curriculum by Classical Academic Press has been a big favorite over here. It is a book that I bought last year to use in our homeschool and did not get to. And then I tried to teach it over the summer. And because of different health issues in our family and our life, I wasn't able to get super far. But my kids have finally started going through it and are really, really loving it. Been going through it all semester, this semester in co-op, and it's been fantastic. It is teaching my kids to think critically. It is really accessible. A lot of times I think that there's a misconception that if something is classically written, that it is therefore inaccessible or very high end. No, this has fun jokes in it. It has funny ads in it that are demonstrating different logical fallacies. It has great charts and visuals. Again, I have a video on it that you can see a little bit more about. I'll leave it down in the description, but it has been a phenomenal resource and is perfect for your middle schoolers or even like beginning high schoolers to go through. And logic, I feel like, is one of those things that is just incredibly important and that more people in the world would do better learning about and learning how to make an appropriate argument. Number 8 is gonna seem kind of strange. It also is not a homeschooling thing, but again, it helps make our lives easier, which helps us get to homeschooling better and all the things. And that is the drawer systems that we've started to use in our home. Now, I have the one behind me that you'll see in most of my videos. This one is actually from IKEA. It is a little bit more pricey, and it is what we have all of my daughter's medical supplies in. She has a lot of medical needs, and so we were getting very overwhelmed by the amount of supplies and also wanted her to have the ability to be able to kind of take care of some of those things. If she needed to have her inhaler, if she needed to have something, she had access to it as she's getting older. So we got this one from IKEA and love it. But the price tag was a little much. So we actually found sort of a neat knockoff version on Amazon. I'll link to both of them down below for you guys. But we actually have been using these for 2 other places in our home. One is for more medical things in our room, but the other one has been for my ADHD daughter's clothing. So she gets very overwhelmed by a lot of choices and options, and things just got cluttered. And I realized we were doing laundry and we were washing load after load of the exact same clothes because she would see them and not know what to do, and then they get on the floor, and then it was a whole thing, right? So one thing that we've been doing with her over the past 6 months or so has been that there are 7 drawers in this drawer. And so we labeled each one with the day of the week. And then there are 2 outfits in each one. So it gives her a choice every day. She still gets that opportunity to choose, but there's literally 2 outfits in there. And we've pared down everything to where she has 14 outfits. This has been hugely helpful for her and has made things streamlined and easy. I was a little worried we wouldn't be able to maintain that system, but other than 1 or 2 times where we've been sick for like several weeks at a time, it's not actually ever been an issue. We've been able to just wash the clothes and then she puts them right there. It makes the decision making easier for her and results in less mess. Number 9 would have to be the better binders. So we tried this out for the first time this year, and we used the some funds that we had gotten from a scholarship, and we purchased some of the better binders. I've seen them all over social media before. Yes, they have it in the name. They're supposed to be a better binder, but I was like, a binder is a binder. However, I will say, I think that they have been a great investment in our homeschool, that they have been super fantastic, especially for my teens. They have a lot of different subjects, a lot of different papers for a lot of different things. And this better binder lays flat, doesn't tear the paper as easily, and it allows them to have tabs and dividers for each of their subjects. And so instead of having a lot of different notebooks, they can just have one big binder with everything they need all in one place. Number 10 has to be the Nido. So this is a fidget that our family loves. We love fidgets in general, but the Nido is probably our top favorite. I got it at one of the homeschool conferences that I attended this year, brought it home, and all of my kids instantly fell in love. So I had to buy more. This one is one that has held up since March of this year. So that gives you quite a bit of time to kind of see its longevity, because not all fidgets are made the same. It squeezes, it can feel hard or soft depending on the time and when you're playing with it. It doesn't pop, it doesn't break. We've had a lot of wear and tear on it, and it's held up, and it's something that has been helpful for me as an adult and for my kids. We love to use them during read alouds or during stressful moments, or maybe a math lesson or 2, and it's just been a really fun, helpful thing. Be sure to go check out Wendy and Brigitte's video here, and don't forget to share that Kickstarter, and let's help Wendy hit her goal.